You can't! It's too dangerous! Put that card down!
Dangerous? Why do you think I want it, pal?
And that power shall be yours.
Hold on. If that's true, then why did you adopt me?
It's simple. The police would never suspect a generous man like me.
It's finally time for us to talk about the D. The D is a character that is really uncomfortable when you think about it, but this guy shows up in the anime. He's like, I'm Aster's foster father. Don't you worry about it. I'm going to take care of him. I'm totally not the guy that broke into his house to steal the legendary Destiny Hero card Plasma and also killed Aster Phoenix's real father and parent. Yeah, that's not what happened. I didn't just kidnap this kid after killing his father and the state awarded me him for some reason, and no one looked into it. Also, I'm the best duelist in the world, and no one seems to understand why. Yeah, no lie, this is the D, and no joke, his name is the D. And the reason his name is the D is because he uses Destiny Heroes, I guess. But he is the strongest character in the professional circuit in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. This is the guy who is ruling the professional circuit at the time. Aster Phoenix looks up to him because this is his the guy that had adopted him, not realizing how horrible the situation really was. But the D uses a very weird deck compared to Aster Phoenix. He's got triple Plasma, which is super busted. Pulling out Plasma is important. He's got triple Malicious, which is good. Diamond Dude, which is always good. Doom Lord, which can be helpful. Disc Commander, which is good. And Destiny Hero Dark Angel, which I don't know anything about. We should look this one. If you have 3 or more Destiny Hero monsters in your graveyard, you can discard this card, then target 1 Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard. Special summon it to your opponent's field in defense position. When a spell card or effect you activate resolves, negate that effect, and if you do, or if you do not have an effect, destroy that card. During your standby phase, you can banish this card and 1 Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard. Each player chooses 1 normal spell from their deck and place it to the top of their deck. So this card's good at getting normal spells back. I don't know about the other effects. That was a little crazy. He's got himself Destiny Draw, which is very important. He's got Fiend Sanctuary, which is also really good for getting out the Plasma. Graceful Chairty, Monster Reincarnation's fine. Pot of Greed is great. Stray Lambs, which is super important for getting out the Plasma. He's got MSTs. He's got Scapegoats, which is super important for getting out the Plasma. He's got the D-Force. That's right, the D-Force. This card is specifically for Destiny Hero Plasma, and that's the only thing it affects. And I don't even know what it does anymore. I think I've read it once, but I don't remember. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Destiny Hero Plasma from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Nice. While you control Destiny Hero Plasma, you get these effects. You cannot draw during the draw phase. Damn. Your opponent cannot target cards you control with card effects. Nice. Each Destiny Hero Plasma you control gains 100 attack for each monster in the graveyards. Both. Cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Bam. Also can make a second attack during each battle phase. In other words, if you pull off Plasma and then pull off D-Force, you are going to win the duel. That continuous spell can win you the duel. He's got triple Dust Tornado, which is good for clearing out the enemy. Magic Jammer is solid. Negate Attacks are super helpful for stalling to get out Plasma, and 7 tools. Destiny Hero Plasma is one of the most busted cards, and this entire deck's job is summon Plasma, summon Plasma, summon motherfucking Plasma. And I'm not going to lie, it is horrifying. So, let's dive into our friend's stats. These are the stats of the D. I know they don't make any sense, but let me explain. The attack stat, I know 1900 is not a lot for a triple tribute monster. And that's why his stat is low. But I also know that he eats the opponent's monster and gains half of their attack. I think it's half, right? Equal to half the original attack. Yes, exactly. So it takes half their attack. That's great. Except most people in this series use extremely weak monsters, and you're probably not going to be stealing anything. You're probably going to, if you're lucky, you're going to get 1,000 attack. If you're lucky. So 2,900 is nice, but overall this card is not going to be a very powerful boss monster. That's not to say it doesn't suck, it's just not going to be a very powerful boss monster. unless you are timing it right and you're going to eat the best monster they got. Malicious sucks. It's only used for special summoning. Diamond Dude is actually okay. 1400's not usable, but it's not usable. It's just meh. Doomlord is blah, blah, blah. Terrible. Far below average attack stat. Literally, his boss monster is dependent on what his opponent has. It's like a relinquished. So, overall, attack stat terrible. Speed stat. That's where things change. Plasma is a special summon. Malicious is a special summon. Diamond Dude is a search, which could be used a turn later, which is speed technically. Doomlord, no. Disc Commander is very fast. Dark Angel technically searches, yes. Destiny Draw, yes. Fiend Sanctuary, yes. Stray Lambs, yes. Scapegoat, yes. D-Force, yes. And Monster Reincarnation, yes. This guy is unbelievably fast. Most of his cards have to do with speed, either search or special summon. So overall, the only reason his speed stat isn't maxed out is because we've seen faster characters in this series. But this guy is really fast. Also, his speed doesn't really amount to much unless he can get this guy. But let's go ahead and move on to his skill stat. Skill stat, it's below average. You're probably not going to win by burn. You're probably not going to win by deck out. You're probably not going to win by anything like that. But there are some stall cards. Stray Lamb stall, Scapegoat's a stall, Negate Attacks are all stall. So, and Fiend Sanctuary can burn stall. Oh, my apologies, everybody. I usually keep that off, but never mind. We literally do have some stall here, which is pretty good, but overall, it's not going to win you the duel. What wins you the duel is damage, and that's through Destiny Hero Plasma. So, moving on to the defense stat. God-awful, god-awful. Diamond Dude is the only shining light. This is the only reason it's not 0. It's almost 0. The rest of these are god-awful, and you don't even have monsters. Like, this deck has, like, 16 monsters, and a bunch of them you can't even summon normally. So, that is terrible. Overall, not great. Brick stat, terrible. I have used this deck so many times, and despite having some nice combos here and there, when my opponent has popped my monsters or has popped my cards, I literally just lose. Because I get stuck. I'm just like, oh, cool. I drew my Plasma. I just need to summon it. Okay, got my Stray Lambs. Oh, they're dead. Oh, got my Scapegoats. I'm going to summon it now. Ha ha ha. Oh, nope, they died. Because I've been dying. Negate Attack stall. This is the only time I've won. Is when I got Stray Lambs with Negate Attack with Plasma. That's the only time I've been able to pull off a victory. Malicious, more often than not, screws you. I'm not even going to joke. That card usually screws you. Because you can't really throw it away too easily. And Diamond Dude, yeah. There's no... this card is just a brick in your hand, usually. Like, seriously. He has some cards that let him discard, like Monster Reincarnation and Magic Jammer. And Destiny Draw, but most of the time this is just a brick in your hand. Plasma you want in your hand, but you don't want all three, and that can become a problem. Diamond Dude's fine. Doomlord is okay. Disc Commander you want in the grave more than on the field, and Destiny Hero Dark Angel is good. But overall, this card it's just terrible. His stats are awful, and you know what? Despite that, we're gonna have to go against the stats here. The D is one of the strongest duelists in the show, in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Season 2 at least, for a reason. Plasma's ability to negate your opponent's effects when it gets to eat a monster is so insane. This card with the D-Force is so insane. Therefore, I'm going to give him 3.5 stars. This deck, despite its stats, can win the tournament. Why? Because this deck counters so many other decks with its stall, just a little bit of stall, into Plasma. Plasma negating your opponent's effects, and even if it just had like 2400 attack, a lot of your opponents rely on getting effects off in order to stall long enough to get their bigger monsters. And Plasma eats one of those monsters that might be used for stall. Plasma is great, and with a card like D-Force to protect it, it's insane. Overall, this deck receives 3.5 stars. I know. It doesn't make sense. But you have to trust me. This deck is really good. Goodbye.